everyone? Happy Monday. I wanted to post this video up because it was actually in relation to a video I'd posted last Thursday, and that was Jay-Z's Magna Carta Samsung planned leak album review. And if you hadn't had a chance to take a look at it, I definitely recommend doing so. Link right there, have a look. And this topic was really kind of just driven around rap and hip-hop again. So I was over at a buddy's place, he had actually watched the video, and what we were discussing was who our top 5 favorite rappers of all time are. So this would be, you know, I'll get more specific. This would be the top 5 alive, currently alive rappers. So my list was not, I thought it was going to come easy to me, but you know, for some reason it just took forever to think it through. It took me about a half an hour to actually come up with this list and, you know, really deep discussions on something that should be quite simple. But here's my 5 and here's why. And let me know your 5 as well, because the actual rules of this particular list is that number 1, they have to be alive. Number 2, you have to give the reason why that individual is in your top 5, because I'm curious. I want to know. You can't just put it there in the list and just say he's there and that's it. I actually want to know the reason, because my buddy actually had some pretty interesting ones that were completely diverse from mine, and he gave pretty good reasoning, and I can actually understand why he chose who he chose, and I would even consider swapping them for some of mine. That's how crazy it was getting. So anyways, let me know yours. Leave it in the comment section down below or any of the other social sites as usual. But here's my 5. So first, and this is in no particular order, first we got Eminem. And the reason I've chosen Eminem as my, not my first, but one of my top 5, is simply because of the skill that he has in terms of his lyrical abilities, his ability to manipulate words, create new words entirely that just are nonsensical. They don't make any sense whatsoever, but still somehow they blend with the song and they end up making sense, you know, in the verse. So Eminem is one of them. And not just for that reason, but he's also produced consistently album after album over the past, 10, 12, not sure how long he's been around for, but quite a while now, actually, since the 90s. So he's produced consistently pretty decent albums. So he's number 1. Number 2, obviously, he was on my previous video, and that is Jay-Z. And again, very similar to Eminem. In fact, Jay-Z's earlier rapping styles would resemble somewhat of what Eminem does in a lot of his songs. So a lot of wordplay, a lot of changing words around and blending them together to create new words that actually don't exist in the English language. So it's pretty interesting. He starts a lot of trends that way, and he's been consistent over the years. So that's number 2. Now, number 3 may come as a little bit of a shock to some people, but it's actually Andre 3000. And I haven't always listened to too much Andre 3000 or Outkast. And when it comes to actually Outkast, I'm not a massive fan, but I have to give it up to Andre 3000 and his rapping abilities, his actual abilities to flow. He's just ridiculous. And the funny thing is that Eminem and a lot of other rappers tend to recognize and acknowledge him for this as well. So it's pretty straightforward, and his lyrics are pretty insane. So he is number 3. Number 4, we got Immortal Technique. Now, Immortal Technique is on my list because he creates stories. And people would say, well, if you're looking for someone to create stories, why wouldn't you pick Nas? Or, you know, it's not about really just creating the story. He creates the story. He gets you so into it that you're almost, it's almost like he's completely painting the picture in front of your eyes. And you can get so involved. It's amazing, and he does so with an amazing vocabulary. Just blows me away with some of the words that he manages to use. I think he just sits there with the dictionary and just flips through all day long and just picks words out and throws them into his lyrics, and that's how he creates songs, because it's just insane what he can do. In addition to that, when he freestyles, it's no different. He can still, same thing. It's like he's got the dictionary in the back of his head somewhere. He just pulls from it so easily. So he's number 4. And here's my number 5, 5th final rapper on my top 5 list, and that is Kanye West. And the reason I chose Kanye West is, number 1, he's just a great lyricist, and number 2, he's consistent with his albums throughout the years. Number 3, he's an arrogant bastard and he's very entertaining. And number 4, he's very unique. He brings a lot to the table. He is arrogant, he does talk a lot of smack, but at the same time, he backs it up with a very unique approach to the hip-hop and rap industry in general. He's created a lot of new movements. He's gone from, all sorts of different phases, from being Pink Polo Kanye to now being Yeezus and just producing the stuff that he's producing now. He creates stories with his albums. And I actually believe someone commented that on the video yesterday, and it was very true. That's exactly what Kanye does do. He does line things up and create lengthy tales, you know, album by album, and it's pretty interesting to listen to. And the digitization of Kanye's music, he's really good at it. It goes hand in hand with his lyrics quite well, and, you know, I would almost call him a pioneer in a lot of ways when it comes to the rap industry. So that's it. That's my top 5. I wanted to know yours. Let me know. Leave it in the comment section down below or any of the other sites, as I said. And otherwise, have yourself a great Monday.